Hi, soul family. Welcome back. It's so lovely to see you here again today. If you are new to this channel, my name is Astuti Martosudirjo, and I am the founder of Uplift My Life Today. I am a conscious and subconscious mind reprogrammer, the holder of Uplift My Life Today healing space, and your transformation facilitator today to expand and deepen the embodiment of unconditional self-love. Welcome again. It's lovely to share this space and journey with you today. Today we reach session 6. Yes, it's been 6 sessions that we share this journey together. Before I start, I would like to invite you to just land first in your body. So wherever you are sitting down, I'd like you to just find your comfortable position. Now, you may sit with your back supported, or if you feel like you would like to lay down, feel free to do that. And just close your eyes and just breathe. Breathe intentfully, mindfully, to connect back into your body, to land back into your body. As you are breathing in and out, just allow your body or your attention to go into the center of your actual heart now. And just imagine that you are descending into the center of your heart. And with every breath you inhale and exhale, you allow your body to be much more relaxed. And as you are focusing your attention into the center of your heart, you could sense a presence of a spark of light. This is an energy of your soul, made of love. As you are breathing in and out, just allow yourself to connect with this light. And with every breath, every inhale and every exhale, you could sense this light growing. And as it is growing, your light, your inner light becomes brighter. And as this light continues to grow, it is forming itself into something. Some people, in my case, I often see it as a lotus flower. Some others would be a vortex. Some others could just be a ball of light. Whatever it is, just enjoy and embrace. There is no right or wrong. And just imagine it to grow and grow and grow and grow. And knows that throughout the session today, this light is going to continue growing. It is going to deliver insights that is best for you to know in relation to your intention of the healing session today. It will also clear what is no longer serving you, and it will activate what is required by your system to embody deeper unconditional self-love. Good. And just take a couple of more sets of deep breath. And when you feel ready, feel free to open your eyes. Good. So today's journey is a journey to help you to reconnect and strengthen your connection with your authentic self. You have heard these words being referred to throughout this program. And this is actually the core of the foundational element of this program, authentic self. And I'd like to spend some time today to bring you to a deeper understanding of what I understand it, that it becomes such a foundational element of this program, okay? But before I start, please keep on drinking water as you go through this session. Water is a carrier of information. It is required for the cells, for our cells. It requires to clear out. It's required for us to keep hydrated. And when our body is well hydrated, it's easier for us to capture, download, or understand insights that come from within. Okay, so I also have my water bottle here. I'd like you to keep on sipping your water or tea as you go through this session. Okay, so what is authentic self? You've heard this being used very often, and for the sake of our understanding, and this is what I am thinking about when I say these words, authentic self are the embodiment of sets of values, core beliefs, strengths, natural talents and gifts and abilities, knowledge, and wisdom that your soul wishes to express and experience through this journey called life. So if the way I usually think about it is authentic self is this potential, the highest potential of soul expression of ourselves, right? And there's so many different elements in it. And the more we go through life, there will be opportunities for us to unleash this potential. And the authentic self of one person is different than others. Because for me, the authentic self is actually your soul frequency, your unique signature. It's the core of you. And this soul frequency is what will help you to attract opportunities that are good for you, but also attract opportunities that usually are very difficult, that allows you to unleash more depth within your soul through your living experience. Okay, so sometimes when we meet new people, there are instances, and I'm sure you recognize this and experience this more often than you think, that you resonate quickly with some new people that you've never met before. And when you start talking, it's like you've known the person for a long time. And this is basically, there is a resonance between the vibrational frequency, your soul frequency, and the other person, right? And so your energetic system is recognizing people. And when your body is reacting strongly to something, either liking the person very much or getting upset with the person for no obvious reason, this is the time when opportunities are presented for you to get to know yourself, because the reaction of the body is telling you in harmony with certain people. So through how you see the person, you can see a part of you in the person, or you have somebody who has the potential to be in harmony with you, but not yet, right? So, and the person may not want to, or may want to, but it's the negative reaction sometimes is really an invitation to look deeper within ourselves in terms of what is it that gets triggered by somebody who I didn't know before. The existence of a person that triggers you actually may lead to no connection or no relationship with this person, but the gift was on offer. It's because there is a soul frequency that is already in harmony, or there has the potential to go higher in something can be healed or can be attended to in order for your frequency to go higher, matching to the higher vibrational frequency that your soul has. Okay, so when I say authentic self, it's basically, the way I say it is your core essence that has a frequency, and this mark you as you. We often think that it is our physical appearance that makes us us. It is part of our authentic self, but this is a portion of that. What is bigger is actually the soul frequency that our soul is holding. Now, are we born embodying this frequency? A lot of us are born with much more love than us as an adult within us. So I think there is a high level of frequency when we were born, because we came much less polluted or activated by programming or limiting programming, right? But the journey of life is basically this quest, or this period of time when we are living, where we will be supported by life to two things, basically. One is to clear out conscious and unconscious patterns, beliefs, habits, thought patterns, trapped emotions, all of these that making us less or far away from our authentic frequency, right? And the second one is to do more of, or embedding more of, patterns, beliefs, emotions, thought patterns, deeper connection with the body that allows us to be living in much closer alignment with our core frequency, right? And so this is what life is, and the authentic self, your authentic self, is that frequency of your soul. Now, the issue with being on this life is that the more actions you take that are in alignment with these core selves, which also consists of values and virtues and all, and the natural talents and all these things, the more empowered, expansive, liberated, and light we are, right? So the more actions that you take to move you away and further away from embodying these aspects of our authentic self, the more stressful, drained, restricted, heavier we become. Okay. Our body is so powerful to help us understand what is good, what is in alignment or not in alignment with our essence, our soul, our authentic self. Because when it gets tense, that means you're doing something. There's something in the decision that you're taking that is moving you away from your soul essence, which is, again, values, virtues, natural talents, wisdoms, core beliefs, etc. Right? Creating life that you want is about resonance. It's what is best for your highest truth and good will show up beyond your imagination, even when you are embodying as much as possible the frequency of your soul. And that at the end will allow you to build a unique life, because you are a unique soul. Okay? Even when there are two people that has exactly the same frequency of the soul, which can happen, they may actually have very different life experiences, because they have to learn different things from as an aspect of this core frequency of their soul. Okay, so which means what? Nobody has the same exact experience in these billions of people on planet Earth. Nobody is experiencing exactly the same thing. People may experience similar lessons, but they may go about the learning of this, the embodiment of certain values through the life challenges that life brings to us may look different, and the situation will be different. The location could be different, but it could actually be a very similar soul lessons that allows the embodiment of the soul frequency that is uniquely them. Okay, so everyone is created unique and beautiful as they are. And the creation of your experience on life is very much connected or driven by what your soul wants to learn and experience and embody more of. This is what the alignment, awakening journey or spiritual growth means, is connecting deeper and deeper with the spirit of you, with your core frequency, with your authentic self, to connect deeply in that information that is already in you, to make room for this information, to touch the information, to work with the information, to remember and reconnect with the essence of you, and to live in alignment with this as much as possible on a daily basis. Okay? So let's just breathe for a second here and just allow it to land, right? It's a big concept that I am sharing at the moment, because the embodiment of our authentic self is not something that is well facilitated in the way we grow up. Okay. And this is why when people go through such a change, and I ask people, who are you? What are you? This is very stressful for a lot of people. It was very stressful to me because I did not know how to answer that. Is it about my character? Is it about my nationalities? Is it about my upbringing? Is it about the knowledge that I have? Is it about my job? Is it about the role that I take in my life, at work or at home? All these things, but it's none of that. That is just how you show up in life, but that's not who you are. Because you could change all this very quickly. You could change job, you could change roles, you could. But with the authentic self, or the core of the authentic self, it remains the same throughout your life. So this session is about making more connections with yourself, and to start the journey, or to jumpstart the journey of feeling, sensing the energy of your authentic self. Okay. I'm going to guide you through a process today. But before that, I'd like to talk about why it is difficult for us to answer this question, which is like the most fundamental question that one could ever ask themselves, right? I would like to speak about how human identity is formed. And I refer this identity as artificial or man-made identity, but it's not a defined identity. I say divinity here is because you are you are a soul. Your soul is energy, right? So I would like to discuss how our artificial or man-made or imposed identity is built. And this is the reason why it's very difficult to answer the question of who I am, what I am. What does that mean, the question, right? Okay. So let's start with here. Our identity is created during the first years of our lives by judgments and labels from our parents, siblings, teachers, friends, grandparents, and other people that influence or live in our lives. Is made externally, is made through external judgment and labels, right? We get these, they create the labels and these judgments based on the lenses that they have on them, which basically means they have a way of looking at the world through the lenses of what is acceptable to me and not, what is good to me and not, what is right or wrong, or what is good for our family and not, what is acceptable by our family and not. what is right or wrong according to our family. And in the process, even when there were a lot of the things, this happens with well intention to keep everyone safe, right? To keep everybody into belonging, to continue feeling that they belong in their families, they may have overlooked, devalued, or denied our natural strengths, talents, characteristics, values because of their own lenses, right? And because there is a rule as to this is okay, that's not okay. This is acceptable, that's not acceptable. This is good and these aren't, right? So they may even criticize us for their own unresolved problems and issues, because how one look at us is also influenced by unresolved problems and issues that they have. This projection, as they have been done for so many years, become our identity, like our own skin, when truthfully they may not all be truth about us. Okay. But if we never question, or we never entertain this question of who am I, what am I really, who is my authentic self, we would not know that we are carrying something that are imposed consciously and unconsciously by others and made them into our skin. Okay. It can also be that our identity was formed in reaction to a wound or an event that would suggest that we were wrong, we were weak, we were powerless. So this could also be the case, that because of our inability to deal with something that is traumatizing, then we form certain core beliefs. And we also make assumption that certain things will not be available for us, right? This construction of the self with a small s needs to be revealed for what they are, right? They are situational and they are externally imprinted, okay? They are externally imprinted beliefs and inaccurate characteristics about what we are. In other words, very likely, some or most parts of our identity are not us. This is why we often walk our lives with certain kind of dissonance or feeling of lost sometimes. And sometimes we can't even say, why am I feeling lost? It feels like everything is here, but I'm not feeling focused, centered, grounded, fulfilled, all these things. Okay? The feeling of being lost in life is really a very clear symptomatic of a deep disconnection between who you think, who you are made to think you are, which is imprinted by the external party, and who and what your soul is all about. There is this gap. And when you have this gap, you always experience some form of tension between these two that often create confusion, fear, discomfort, frustration, even anger within yourself. And this is very energetically draining. Okay. The truth is that you don't have to look so hard to connect or remember what the essence of your soul is. There are many ways to connect with this information, and I'm going to guide you through two types of reflections today. One is that when we are fully ourselves, naturally, not even thinking about it, very relaxed, we would emanate certain energy and certain qualities into the world. And usually when we don't have our masks on, we don't try to project as an image, when we completely relax in ourselves, the people around us will be able to pick that up, because it's an energy emanation that came out even when you don't realize it, from you, from the depth of your soul. And you would know that, you would know what this is if you are thinking of or recalling some key adjectives that the closest 5 people in your life that sees you in the most relaxed place and state, suggesting that that you bring this quality into a room or into your relationship with them. Okay, so that's one way to do it, and we're going to do that exercise in a minute. So looking from the outside. But the other thing that will be even more important for you is to look back in. And this exercise is quite big. Is basically trying to see in hindsight. So if you have lived for, I don't know, 30 years, then go. I will facilitate a process for you to go back to the past 30 years, creating time plans, and recall some experiences that even if you haven't processed it thoroughly, but just to recall the situation of very difficult times in your life. And then from that experience, I'd like you to think of what are the key values that were so difficult to embody from that situation. So I will give you an example in this regard. So when I was 41-year-old, my mother developed dementia. And the dementia was rapidly getting worse. So very quickly, she lost short-term memories. She became extremely paranoid and scared. And she is remembering a lot of her childhood memories that she even speak in her dialect when she was growing up as a child. So I come from Indonesia, so I grew up using Indonesian language. My mother grew up using Javanese, Central Javanese language when she was little. And so during the last 2 years of her life, where I was actually taking care of her, I saw a very intelligent woman losing her mind. Her mind was the most powerful asset for her because she would remember anything and everything. She would remember everybody's phone numbers. She would remember everything. She's like an elephant that never forgot until she had dementia. And so it was such a striking, very difficult, very emotional experience for me because I always found safety in my mother, also through her mind, so her very sharp, very strong mind. And when that part of her died down, it triggers a lot of fear in me, right? So she passed away when I was turned 40, shortly after I turned 43 years old. So I had 2 full years to be with her. And it was a intense experience. And if I look back, okay, into this period of my life, there were a number of values that was so difficult, but it was the thing that I needed to be able to embody to find peace with the situation that my mother had dementia and she will die with it. Okay, because when life gives you unexpected, unwanted, and you even feel sometimes uninvited life experiences, our tendency is we want to change it, right? But if we want to embody the deeper frequency of our soul, one of the things that we need to be able to regularly do is to get to a place, and it's a journey, right? It's not an overnight thing. It is difficult, and I would like to validate that to everyone who's going through this. Is about finding ways to be at peace with what is. The fact that my mother didn't even remember sometimes how many children she had. Thankfully she remembered me, but when I asked her There are days when she wouldn't remember how many children she had or the names of my siblings, for example. It was very, very difficult, very emotional. And so I understood that the destination of this life experience is to me to be at peace with this, with what is, right? And if possible, to understand what is the blessing in disguise in all of this. So I realized for me that at that time, there were a number of values that I found it to be extremely difficult, but my soul really wanted to learn it, because then it invited, or it is being invited to grow through this, accompanying my mother who experienced dementia. So at that time, what I learned as the values to embody that was very difficult was acceptance, right? Unconditional love, that my mother is there even when she can't think anymore. Gentleness, courage, patience, compassion, and trust. Okay. These values that I just mentioned to you, when I look at all my big life challenges, a number of these are repeated again and again and again in these life instances. And when you see that pattern, that there are a number of values that are being repeated many times, you know that deep in you, there is a potential for you to embody fully these values. There's a potential, and all you need to do is already in you. You just have to make the space, invite it out, and then live in alignment with that. That's your authentic self. That's the frequency of your soul. Okay. So I would like to start now this reflection, and I'm going to put up a slide, and I'm going to guide you through, give you enough time to do it. And particularly the second one, where you will have to take time to make a timeline of your life so that you know which very difficult challenges in your life that you face, then you may need, like, I don't know, half an hour, 1 hour to do it, right? And possibly this, when you do that, it could also bring emotions. It will just show up. So I'd like you to always, when you go through this, remember two things. One is your safety feeling comes first. And you need to take care of that first. Okay, I'll remind you again how you can do this. And number two is that if you're fully present in the moment, you know that all of these are just memories, right? And the emotion will come up, and you just allow it to come and leave. Okay, not suppressing it, but just to honor it. Because when the emotion is come to show itself, it has a message, as you would know from the previous session. So allow that, but also be gentle to yourself. So when you start to feel that you become more emotional, I'd like you to pause the video. Okay, and just breathe and do a number of things that you could do. You could actually breathe and tap. We've done tapping throughout this program. And just breathe, and then allow this emotion, it may intensify after sometimes, and just breathe through it. Don't freak out, just do it. You can walk around while tapping. And then when you feel like it's the right time, you can say, look, I'm safe. I am just accessing memories. I am safe in the present moment. I am safe. I am safe. Okay, that's one way to do it. Or you can do the deep belly breathing. Okay, because that's when you're going to help your nervous system to regulate itself. So the way to do it is put one hand on your heart and the other hand above your belly button. You take a deep breath and you bring the air down into your belly, lower belly. So it's going to be your belly that grows out when you feel it. So the belly is going to grow like a balloon, and you hold it and then you release it slowly. And you do this for 30 seconds or 1 minute and then see how you feel. Okay. So that's one. The other thing is when you already like in your 50s, 60s, you have gone through a lot more than when you are in your 30s. So you may want to you may need more than 1 hour to do it, to do this timeline, right? And recalling what was the most difficult values that it would have been that to embody, to be able to be at peace with what happened, right? So I would suggest that you don't spend more than 1 hour in one go. So if you need 3 hours, then you need 3 hours. It's fine, but just make sure that you take a break. Okay. After 1 hour, go and do something else. Relax, reset, go for a walk, sing a song, something like this before you continue back again the journey. So just make sure that you have pauses and not go fully more than 1 hour. I find that the breaks is actually good for you because it gives your body time to reset and to allow more information sometimes to come up, or just to make sense of the information that you already get. Okay. Good. So yes, so I'm going to now put up the slide. I'm going to walk you through these slides, and when I'm about to take the slides down, I will let you know. So if you need more time, you just pause the video then until you're ready to continue again in the next segment. Okay. Here we are. Let's start to remember your essence using the feedback of others about you. So I'm going to ask you now to write in your journal the adjectives that the closest 5 people that you have in your life use to describe how your energy makes them feel, or how your energy impacts your environment. So I'm going to let you sit with this. Enjoy. I am now going to move you into the next slide. So if you need more time for this reflection, please pause your video now. The second process is the bigger one, and it is an inward process. I'd like you to look back on your life up to today and draw a life timeline. You can possibly create a timeline of 0 to 10 years old, 11 to 20 years old, and so on and so forth. Or you may want to do it for every 5 years or every 15 years, whatever you feel is right for you. Just create a life timeline. As you did that, I'd like you to look into each of the time period and recall some of the most challenging life events that you faced. These could include illness, yours or others, loss, a job, a relationship, your health, your house, whatever you have, or possibly moving or relationship changes, career shifts, whatever it is, something that you foresee or feel to be quite significant. So just create those lists in each of the time period. And start with the most difficult experience. I'd like you to think of that life experience and think about what values or virtues were the most difficult to embody in each of these events. Some people said, oof, I don't know, how many virtues, values are there? So in the next slide, I have a list of 27 values. And this by no means is the whole complete list. These 27 values that I have and I'm going to provide you as an input came from Robert Schwartz, who is the author of one of the books about soul planning that I really, really enjoyed doing and reading. And this may help, but these are not by any means the only thing that you can choose from. So as you do these values reflections as to which are the most difficult to embody, this could be like a number of values from, that is difficult from each of the events, like what I share with you when I was accompanying my mother experiencing dementia in the last 2 years of her life, right? And so as you do that to each of the events you identified, the values, you'll see at the end a number of values that are repeated so many times. At least you can see at least easily 5 values being repeated. So, and these are the things that you would want to focus on, right? These values that are being repeated again and again very often in your lifetime up to today are some of the key values that your soul wants to embody deeply in this lifetime. And that is the growth potential, the biggest growth potential for you. And this kind of reflection is very comprehensive, right? So it's not right or wrong, but it's more about input for your further exploration. So I'd like you to take whatever came out from this exercise as an input for you to continuously exploring who you are, because this is a journey of a lifetime. I am still discovering, uncovering myself. And it's very fascinating because I have some kind of guidance in terms of what my soul wanted to embody, okay? So when you have that values that are being repeated from this process, then you do step number 6 in this slide, which is You bring the answers both from the outward process and the input processes, and just create the list and sit with this. And daily basis, just think and feel it out. Observe how these show up in your life. Observe how you feel about them, and also how you feel about your life with these understandings, because these are your core unique self. Okay, so I'd like you to perhaps do a screenshot of this slide, as I'm going to bring this list of 27 values that may help you to decide which ones were connected to what life challenges you had. And I'm going to stay quiet and allow you to enjoy your reflection. And per usual, I will share with you when I'm going to move into the next segment of this journey today. And if you still need the time, you can pause it there and come back to it. Come back to the next session whenever you're ready. Okay, so just take a screenshot right now. These are some of values or virtues that you may want to consider for your reflection. Enjoy your reflection. I'm going to slowly moving you into the next section. So if you need more time here, just pause the video here. Spend as much time as you need. And when you feel ready, you can join me in the next section where I am going to facilitate a subconscious mind reprogramming that will help you to come back and reconnect with your authentic self with much more ease, to clear out the unconscious and conscious patterns that block it right now because of the artificial identity process that we experienced. Feel free to pause the video now if you want to stay here, or just join me in the next section. Very good. So as we are getting ready, I would like you to stretch your body, drink a little bit of water, go to the toilet if you need to. There's a lot of information moving and flowing in your body right now. So I will do the same. I will be back with you shortly after I take a sip of water. See you soon. Hello, welcome back again to the subconscious mind reprogramming section of our journey today. So, as we discussed in the previous segment, we know that a large part of our identity is created during the first years of our life by judgments and labels coming from the external world. Okay, we also learn that our identity can also be formed as a reaction to the impact of an event that is traumatizing for us, which means traumatizing means that you, because of that event that had happened, you couldn't find your way back to safety or feeling of safety anymore. It can be emotional safety, physical safety, mental safety, or spiritual safety, right? So right now, I'm going to guide you through a subconscious mind reprogramming where you will acknowledge some conscious and unconscious limiting patterns, beliefs, programs, and emotion that disturb, distort, or block you from connecting to your soul, discovering and reconnecting with your authentic self again. You started consciously today what it is. Now we're going to even help you to be able to be supported by a subconscious mind to discover and connect back to your authentic self. It is going to help you to remember who and what you truly are. Your soul has every information about you. So you just have to go down, allow the information to come up, to trust it, and to embody it. In the process, per usual, there are three parts. The first one is to acknowledge and let go the limiting patterns. And this is your free will to say, I'm letting this go. You're exercising your free wills, but you are doing the reprogramming in the subconscious mind level. The second part is when we are integrating the positive patterns, activating, integrating, installing the positive patterns that will help you to connect with your authentic self with much more ease. This is also your free will saying, I want to have this done. And the third part is doing an action that can help you to integrate deeper this reprogramming into your daily life. Per usual, just follow my leads. We are going to use tapping as we have been in the past 5 sessions. And as you tap into the sentences that I will guide you to speak out loud, just pay attention also to how your body feels. Okay, because how your body reacts to the statements tells a lot about what is unconsciously or subconsciously or consciously existing in your life right now. Okay? Very good. So just lean back if you can. Sit back, lean back. Take a deep breath and bring yourself back into this energetic bubble that you started to build up as we started this session today. So just connect again to this energy that is holding you, supporting you, helping you to heal, and just place yourself in the center of this energy field. Good. And just take a deep breath, and we start with the tapping of the karate chop point and repeat after me. Even though it does not feel all natural and easy yet, to fully love myself unconditionally, I choose to remember, reconnect, and embody my authentic identity, my authentic self, my soul essence. Good. So take a deep breath. We will start now by acknowledging what is blocking you from connecting to this part of yourself, okay? Good. So you could do just gently tap. You can use both hands. You can just interchange the top of your head. These are some patterns, unconscious patterns, that make you have the wrong idea about who you truly are. Repeat after me. My negative experiences show what I am and what I deserve in life. Take a deep breath. Don't worry, we will clear this at the end. Beginning of your eyebrow. The criticism I received makes up my identity. At the end of the eyebrow. I take my parents' opinions as the absolute truth. Whew. Yes, this hits. Under the eye. I still have the same identity as the one I formed in my early childhood. Under the nose. My identity is based on all the labels I was given in my early childhood. Take a deep breath. Next few sentences are the unconscious negative labels that you may believe about yourself but are not true. Take a deep breath. I am stupid. If your body reacts to this, there is a part of you that believes that. So just be compassionate and just allow. Acknowledge it and let it go. Okay? Under your collarbone, I am not enough. I am not enough. Going back to the karate chop point. I am hard. I am rigid. Top of your head. I will never amount to anything. Beginning of your eyebrow. I am aggressive. At the end of your eyebrow, I am difficult. Underneath the eye, I am a mess. If there are any other ones, other labels that you have been labeled in and you feel we want to acknowledge, just do it here and just tap. Good. Well done. And now, the next few sentences are the unconscious patterns that prevents you from letting go of these negative labels. Okay? Take a deep breath. I'm always compensating for my negative labels. If I don't have the negative labels, it's not for you to repeat. But consequence of this is if I don't have my negative labels, I don't know who I am. Okay. On your chin. I have not provided enough proof of my authentic self being different from what my negative labels say. Okay. Under your collarbone. I keep things even when they are harmful or block me. Take a deep breath. I don't throw anything away. It is hard for me to let go. Nobody can change that much in so little time. Good. Take a deep breath. Start again with the karate chop point. These are the unconscious weakness that you have that doesn't help you to transform this. Okay. I don't recognize the blessings I have been given. Top of the head. I demand too much of myself. Beginning of the eyebrow. I don't love myself. The end of the eyebrow. I look for the easy way out, even when it stunts my growth. Under the eyes, fears block me. Under your nose, I'm doing what is urgent and I skip what is important. On your chin, the next few sentences are what unconsciously prevents you from showing up as your authentic self. I classify my characteristics as good and bad. And I reject the bad ones. Yeah, authentic self consists of both shadow and light. When we don't want to welcome the shadow, we cannot fully show up as our authentic self. Under your collarbone, I deny my natural gifts. I project my talents that I deny onto others instead of seeing and embracing them in myself. So you are admiring these certain qualities in other people, but you're not willing to admire that in yourself. Okay, that's what it means. Top of the head, I don't really know myself and show up as who I think I am. Beginning of your eyebrow, intimacy eludes me because I'm not being authentic. And remember, intimacy is both with yourself and with others, right? Not just with others, and not just romantic in nature. End of the eyebrow. I do not accept myself as I am. And that's why I believe others will not accept me either once they get to know me. Under the eyes, I cannot find belonging by being my authentic self. I cannot find belonging by being my authentic self. Under the nose, I need to be ready before I may begin creating the life that is authentically me. Under your chin, I measure my worth through my achievements. I push myself to accomplish at all costs, including neglecting my need to rest and rejuvenate. So now put your left hand above your heart and your right hand above your belly button. Just close your eyes, take a deep breath. Bring the air down into your belly. And repeat after me. I recognize all these limiting patterns. And now I clear, delete, cancel them all completely and thoroughly. Good. Now you may take a sip of water, as we are going to start with the second part, which is to install all the positive patterns. Good. Start with the karate chop point. Now we start to activate the positive patterns to acknowledge who you are. I let go of old and limiting beliefs about me. I let go of old and limiting beliefs about me. Top of your head. I question what people think or say to me. And keep what serves to be an authentic person. I know me the most. Under the eyes, I let go of judgments, criticism, and labels. Under the nose, I put a stop to all abuse thrown and directed at me. On your chin, now we're going to activate positive labels and characteristic in you. I have a healthy sense of self-worth. Under your collarbone, I am valuable. I have many skills. I'm good at a lot of things. I am a success. Top of the head, I am grateful. I am kind. I am honest and sincere. Beginning of the eyebrow, I am persistent. At the end of the eyebrow, I am disciplined. Under the eyes, I am a pleasant to be with. I am pleasant to be with, excuse me. And now under the nose, I'd like you to take some moments to say what you would like to embody more of. I will give you some minutes to do this. Good. Now we're going to go to the next one. This is positive patterns to help you let go of the negative labels. Under your collarbone, I stop compensating for the negative labels and I discard them all. I realize and accept they are just labels. And that my authentic self is different than that. Just imagine you peeling off the labels from your skin, no? If you can get rid of tattoo, you can get rid of labels. Take a deep breath. I stop believing what I'm not. I wipe my identity totally clean of everything that I am authentically not. I discard everything that I am authentically not. I can change a lot in a short period of time. Good. Go back to your karate chop point. This is the positive patterns to help you transform your weakness. I recognize the blessings I have been given. Top of your head, I finish what I start. I love myself and I take good care of myself. Beginning of the eyebrow. I commit. I commit. And at the end of the eyebrow, I give myself time and space to have rest and to rejuvenate. Under the eyes, I am kind to myself. Although many things are urgent, I focus on what is important. Good. Next ones are the positive patterns to help you show who you really are with much more ease. Take a deep breath. I accept there is no such thing as perfection. On your chin, I recognize my weakness and cultivate my strengths. Under your collarbone, I choose to love myself unconditionally. And I show up every day as my authentic self. I deserve love as I am. Embracing my weakness, strengths, and scars. I create intimacy by showing who I really am and accepting the others as they are. I enjoy intimacy and love because I'm authentic. I have everything I need to manifest unconditional self-love in my life and loving connections with others. I accept myself as I am, and others accept me once they get to know me. I make time to understand myself. As soon as I take inspired actions towards my vision, the most suitable conditions and support arrive. My worth is not in any way defined by the extent to which I am capable of attaining my goals. Rest allows me to restore and renew my perspective. And this helps me to access the path of least resistance. I choose to flow with life, free of unnecessary suffering. Take a deep breath and put your left hand above your heart and the right one above your belly button. And repeat after me. I choose to integrate, activate, and implement completely and thoroughly all these positive patterns now. And take a deep breath. Come back into your body and open your eyes. Good. So now we are reaching on the last part of the subconscious mind reprogramming. And I am going to provide you with a meditation that you can repeat as regular as you want when you have to hold your ground against criticism and judgment of others. And the reason why I would like to give this to you is because standing up for your authentic self will upset some people. How you've been allowing other people to interact with you up to that point when you decided to stand up and hold your ground for your authentic self may not be the healthiest, because maybe not be the healthiest for you, right? And oftentimes when we are standing up for ourselves, we say, that's what you think of me, but this is what I think of me, okay? So it will be uncomfortable. But you have a lot of patterns inside you to help you to walk through that. And the more you do it, the less difficult it gets. And it is important, however, for you to process this heaviness when you are faced with criticism and judgment a lot, particularly from the people that you think or consider as the authority in your life, or somebody that holds authority for your life, right? So this may be connected to work or personal life. Of course, when you are facing this, it can lead to a confrontational situation when you are being criticized or judgment. The first thing that I would recommend you to do is really to physically remove yourself or create a distance, be it physical distance or symbolical distance between you and the one that is criticizing and judging you, okay? And as you do that, as you have your time and space to be with yourself and wanted to deal with some things that you cannot control, because these people will always come, you cannot tell them how to run their lives, so they could at any point criticize you again or judging you again. Then this is a way to actually be much more composed. This is a meditation to protect yourself in that situations. Okay, you can do this whenever you want to, whenever you need to, as often as you need to, but just know that you have this toolbox here to be able to process that. So I'm going to take myself off from the screen so I can guide you through this meditation right now. Okay? This visualization will help you maintain your identity in the midst of aggressiveness, judgment, and criticism. I'd like you to place yourself in a comfortable, safe, private space where you could just close your eyes, being with you in your company, and feel as relaxed as possible. Allow every breath that you inhale and exhale brings you deeper into the center of your heart. Your physical heart. Just connect to that and just imagine you are sitting in that space. Imagine you are a beautiful castle. You have towers, windows, terraces, hallways, and gardens. You are full of intricate, original details. Your beauty is unique. You feel very well being this beautiful castle. Strong, protected, grounded. There is a great protective wall surrounding you. These protective walls are tall and thick, built of the most solid and powerful materials in existence. It's the mightiest wall, and nothing can penetrate it, because you have incredible gifts. And just breathe. Connect to this embodiment of the castle. Well protected, beautiful, well built, unique castle that you are. Coming from a distance, the enemy is approaching. They are bearing arms and are starting to throw arrows and to shoot. Arrows and arrows and arrows. Yet, all their attempts fail. The castle walls are impenetrable. The arrows bounce off. Their bullets ricochet. The wall has not even a mark or dent on it. The attack on the castle goes unnoticed. Inside, everything is peaceful and calm. And just take a deep breath. And just connect to this calmness and peace. You are claiming your space as this castle, well-protected castle. And nothing from the outside can touch you. Nothing negative can touch you. And just connect to the peace and the calm, knowing that you are safe. You claim your space, you claim who you are, and you stand tall in and on it. And take a couple of sets of deep breath. Bring your attention back into your body. Move your fingers and toes, palms and body. And when you're ready, feel free to open your eyes. I hope you had enjoyed that exercise. So now we're going to close our session today. Just put your left hand above your heart and your right hand above your belly button. And just repeat after me. This session has ended. And I am enjoying the transformation of my consciousness. Take a deep breath and breathe. So you reach the end of your transformation journey today. I think out of all the sessions that I've done and offer you here, this is one of the most important ones because this is the most fundamental ones. Everything is important, but this is like the most important element of this whole process. And it is something that will need you to keep on exploring, authentic self. This is not something that is going to stop with this program. It's just jumpstart you and unblock stuff that doesn't help you to enjoy the exploration with in uncovering, remembering, discovering your authentic self. Okay, so I'm very excited for you. And in terms of self-care, I would suggest you to do some activities that allow you to flow much more, because we are connecting inside and there's a lot of energy flowing. So it could be swimming, dancing, singing, drawing, cooking, whatever it is. The other thing that I would encourage you to do is to meditate daily, to connect with your soul, to sit with it. Sometimes it will tell you something. Sometimes you just want to be in your company, but just to allow yourself to develop a habit of interacting with the wise and deeper part, the bigger part of who you are. And also to use this visualization that I just led you through when you need it. Just remember there's this toolbox to deal with criticism and judgments from others, okay? So if you are going through a kind of transition in your life, a change in your life, transition, or even a crisis in your life, and you feel scared, overwhelmed, defeated, and disempowered by it, I would like to mention here that I have a self-paced online program called the Uplift. And this is a very, very powerful and very deep program to help you to move through the inevitable changes and transition that you are in right now, while feeling more and more present, focused, centered, grounded, and empowered. Okay, you can go down to the link you can find the link in the description box, but feel free to check it out or to arrange a call with me to understand it, whether this is something for you or not. The call with me would be free of charge, and you can also find the information on how to book that in the description box. Okay. Finally, as always, it is my honor to facilitate this transformation journey for you today. Please give a thumbs up if you like this session, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and also to share this channel and also this video with others who may find benefit from it. I thank you for doing that. I thank you for thinking of us, for me and the program, and to share it with others. I wish you a very good integration. Session 7 will be our last session, and I have something in store for you, which is really good to bring everything together. So take good care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Flow in life. And I'll see you in the next and last session of our shared journey together in embodying unconditional self-love deeper. In the meantime, goodbye and see you soon.